Hi there and welcome. Yes, welcome in to this NLP Practitioner and Master Practitioner course. That's right, I've combined the two. I've taken the Practitioner course, I've added in all the stuff from the Master Practitioner course and a whole bunch more besides, and I've created one huge, massive course for you to go through so you don't have to go through two separate courses. You can do it all in one. Now, we have got tons to cover in this course, and I am so excited to bring all of this amazing information to you. Whether you have known something about NLP up to now, or whether you are a complete newbie to NLP, don't worry. We are going to explain absolutely everything for you. And I'm so grateful that you have taken the time, the effort and the opportunity to join me in this course and learn so much about NLP. NLP's been around for so long now, but it is so useful when we are talking about helping people. And whether you're in this course to help other people or whether you're in this course to help yourself, that doesn't matter. All of the tools, the strategies, the techniques, everything contained in this course can either be used to help yourself, or it can be used to help others. Now, maybe you want to become a helping practitioner, maybe you want to get involved in the helping industry and help other people. If you do, fantastic, this is a great place to start. Maybe you're already in the helping industry and you just want to add to your skills, your knowledge, and you really want to increase your helpfulness with other people. If you do, fantastic, this is just the place for you. See, it doesn't matter. NLP has so many different uses in working with people, again, yourself or others, that you have absolutely come to the right place. Now, you'll notice here on the whiteboard, I've scribed out just some of the stuff we're going to cover. Believe me, if I'd have written everything out that we're going to cover during this course, I'd have needed a whiteboard 5 times as big. I really would. But let's just have a quick flick through so you can understand right from the very beginning where we're going to go on this journey into NLP. We're obviously going to start off with this intro, and I'm going to talk to you in a couple of videos' time about how we best learn as human beings so that you can really focus your learning style and get into really understanding and taking the experience of this course. We're going to look at the history of NLP. Again, if you're a newbie to NLP, maybe you're not quite sure where it came from, we'll just do a brief history. We're going to look at modelling, and modelling really is the art of NLP. And it's often in a lot of courses, in a lot of NLP courses these days, it's the key point that's missed, particularly for helping other people. So we're going to go deep into modelling. We're going to look at the change methodology that NLP can provide. There's lots of courses out there that will give you the tools and the strategies and the techniques, but they won't actually provide you with a helping model, and I'm going to do that for you within the course. We're going to look at some of the NLP basics and start right from the very beginning, because this is, after all, a practitioner course from beginning right the way through to expert and master practitioner. We're going to look at representational systems. Now, if you are new to NLP, don't worry about some of the long words. When NLP was first derived, it was made for therapists and counsellors way back in the 70s and early 80s, and they tended to use some quite long and, well, quite complicated words. Don't worry, throughout this course I'm going to do everything I can to simplify the whole thing down, because that's the way I had to learn it. I had to simplify it down for me, because some of these words, unless you are a trained counsellor, therapist, psychotherapist, psychoanalyst, some of these words you're going to look at and go, what the heck is going on here? In fact, I would imagine some of the psychotherapists in the world probably did the same at the time. So we're going to look at representational systems. Again, I'll explain that to you at the time. We're going to look at the modalities and particularly the submodalities. Again, big strange word when it comes to NLP, but we'll look deeper into that. And again, that's a key way in which we can help people to change how they work. We're going to look at the language and the linguistic side of NLP, and how we can use our language and how other people can use their language, and how they do use their language to hold themselves back and how they can use their language to free themselves. We're going to look at something called association and disassociation, and how powerful using visualization in the mind can be, and how we can talk people through that process. We're going to look at anchoring and emotional states, and how we can create emotional states in ourselves and then anchor them in. We can really lock them into our body so we can recall them at any time, and how you can do that with other people too. We're going to look at timelines. Now, I absolutely love working with timelines. I think it's an incredibly powerful way of working with people. It can have real benefits to people when you start working with timelines and how they see time and how you can manipulate that a bit in a positive way. Of course, I'm not talking about negative, evil manipulation. I'm talking about positive manipulation to enhance their lives. We're going to look at goal setting now. Don't switch off at that point. I know that so many courses these days you go on have a goal setting segment, but this is slightly different. NLP sees goal setting slightly different and has its own terminology and that for it, so we'll run through that as well. We're going to look at something called the TOTE model, which is when we're looking at people's strategies, how they strategize their lives completely unconsciously. Most of the time, it has to be said, and we can elicit those strategies so we can then help them to change those strategies to have better strategies for life. Then, moving on into the second section of the course, we're going to look at self-esteem and self-worth and how important our self-worth is to us. Most people go on about self-esteem as the biggest thing, and actually self-esteem is never there if you don't have self-worth first. And I'm going to give you a model to work to increase somebody's self-worth and therefore their self-esteem. We're going to go into advanced language patterns and really modeling language and how we can help people change through these advanced language patterns. We're going to look at the neurological levels. We're going to look at how people stack themselves up and how we can work through those neurological levels to help them improve their lives. Again, it's another great framework for really working with people. We're going to look at the values and rules. Our lives are built on what we value, and what we value comes from a very early age. We build into ourselves these set of values, these set of criteria, if you like, about what is good in our lives and what we like in our lives. And most people do this, again, completely unconsciously. We're going to find out how to draw that out of them consciously so they can consciously choose what to focus on in life. And we're going to do some stuff with you as well to make sure you know how to do that. We're going to look at our beliefs, and our beliefs really are what keep us going in life or hold us back in life. They can drive us forward or they can chain us to the ground. And our beliefs are such a big part of this course, and you'll find that the beliefs and the values section are going to be massive sections because we're going to talk about how we can find out what people's limiting beliefs are, the beliefs that hold them back. And we're going to find out how to break those limiting beliefs down and install positive, flexible beliefs that are going to drive them forwards. We're going to look at an identity model. That is who we are as a person. Most people don't take the time to think about who they are, but we're going to make sure that you know who you are and you can go on and find out who your clients are when they come to you, so you can clear it up for them as well as for yourself. And we're going to look at the purpose behind life. So many people go through life wondering what their purpose is. We're going to find out exactly how to bring that purpose out of somebody. Then we're going to go into something called conversational change, and that's when we're going to get really deep down into the change work within NLP, how we can really help people. Now, by that stage, we'll have done a whole bunch of it. This is going deep down when we get to conversational change, how you can change somebody's mind, somebody's thought pattern completely ethically in just having a conversation with them. Then we're going to look at some additional tools that I'm going to offer you as part of the NLP framework that you can help people with, some additional tools and strategies. And at the end, we're going to do some frequently asked questions, the questions that I get asked most, whether there be clients asking me questions or people I teach asking me questions. I'm going to run through 5 or 6 of those so that you know straight away. You don't have to dive in and ask other questions. I'll answer them for you straight away. Now, before I finish off this intro video, I just want to talk to you about the additional resources that come with this course. In the next lecture in this course, in lecture number 2, it comes in article format. In other words, I've written an article, and attached to that article will be all of the resources that you need in this course. So if you scroll to the bottom of it, much like an email, when you're scrolling through an email, and at the bottom there'll be a list of additional resources that you can download, you can print off if you choose to, and you can use as we're going through this course. Now, if you just see 4 or 5 there, there'll be a little link that says see all resources, and you just click that and there'll be a whole list. I haven't a clue how many I've created for this course, but there's quite a few. But I'll also make sure that I attach those additional resources to the actual videos they belong to as we go through as well, just in case you miss out on them. And finally, before we go, here on Udemy, as you get past probably the second, maybe the third video, Udemy are going to flash up a pop-up on your screen that asks you to publicly rate the course. Now, if you feel that after just 2 or 3 videos it's kind of tough to tell how you're going to rate the course because you haven't really got enough information there, then you have 2 choices at that point. There is an Ask Me Later button, which if you click, it will then move on probably 14, 15 videos time, it'll ask you again, or there's an Ask Me at the end of the course button. Please feel free to click those because I'm not sure how you could rate a course after 2 or 3 videos anyway. But if you feel you can, then it'll be great if you could leave me a positive review. Reviews really help me to get up the ratings and help other people, and that's what my life's about. I'm about helping other people, whether it be through working with my clients or doing this with you through video learning, video training. Now, if you do think I could improve the course in any way, if you see something you're not quite sure about, then there's a private message system here on Udemy. Feel free to drop me a private message and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Okay, so that's the intro video done. I'm so looking forward to teaching you this stuff as we go through. It's going to be a long course, jam-packed with loads of great information for you to learn, for you to take away, for you to experiment with, for you to practice with, and then for you to go and either help yourself or help other people. So let's get straight into it, shall we? We're going to move on to the next clip and I'll see you there. Remember to grab your free extra added resources from the next lecture in an article format, and I'll see you in the next video clip. Bye for now.